So first of all, for those who don't know, this is the legendary C.T Fletcher's son. This is Samson, right? So
Yes.
uh, off top, you get your name from, I'm assuming, the Bible, Samson.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
So how was that like? How much like does that inspire you, man? Like that, just
It,
that.
yes, it inspires me a great deal. My father being a man of faith and my mother being a woman of faith.
Mhm.
So it literally has a lot to do with my everyday being, if that makes sense,
Right.
and
Right.
what I do to glorify God. So
Right. Okay.
yes,
So like, I mean, you grew up, and I mean, obviously, man, your father is a legendary figure. You know, it's not just that he's
definitely.
famous; it's that he's well respected. You know,
Thank
a
you.
lot of people call him pops, and hey, no problem,
Yes.
man. And I mean, I listen to him when I'm trying to, when I'm getting it in too, man. So, uh, but how was that growing up? Because obviously, like you said, you get the name Samson, a man known for strength. Your
Right.
father
Right.
known for strength. So how was that growing up? Just because I think we have a very similar relationship in
Yeah.
terms of how our fathers are,
Right.
like in terms of how we view our fathers being that superhero figure. How was that being, growing up for you?
Definitely. It was actually how can I word this? It was just dope, honestly. One word, my dad would pick me up. I'm 24 now. I just turned 24, so he picked me
Okay.
up.
Happy
Middle.
birthday, man.
Thank you so much, brother. He picked me up from middle school, elementary, and he hit those gates, and they'll be like, "That's Superman. He looks like the Hulk." You know what I mean?
Right.
And for that, I just, I had a vision after that, and nothing
Right.
forced. I did this by choice. So
Okay.
yes,
Okay. So it wasn't necessarily like the like a LeVar Ball situation
no,
where okay.
no,
So this is
definitely, it
all
was
of your own
something
volition.
I wanted to do, and something that
Uh-huh.
I felt like this is just me. I played basketball and I wrestled
Right.
before, and the
Okay.
power was just that was it. That was my calling and motivating people.
Right.
Yes,
So you're talking about your work ethic, man. Like your father, like we talked about your father, talking about powerlifting.
definitely.
What is that why? Like, what is that keeps you going? Because I mean, I always talk to people because I'm trying to get into public speaking as well, man. So,
You're well on
uh,
your way. I checked some of your stuff out. You're well on your way, and I'm
hey,
proud
man,
of you.
I appreciate you, man.
And
I
man,
appreciate you.
anything I could do to help, I'm here. So
Okay, hey, I definitely will. I definitely will use that, bro.
yes,
Uh, when you're talking about motivating people, what
yes.
is your why? What is that just keeps you going when you don't feel like going?
Um, Honestly, my why,
Mhm.
just in a simple form, just to break it down to you, my father, being sick, pretty much as far as I can remember, and
Okay.
he took 15 medications just to stay alive. So a lot that I
Right.
do for obviously him to glorify God and for my family. So
Right. Okay.
that's just
So, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
that's just my why. You know what I mean? My family, my father, obviously, and God,
Right.
number one.
Okay.
Yes,
How do you, I look through some of your comments, man, and
yes,
I see a lot of people always talk about, like, your form. Look at
ah,
this form, this and form and that.
right,
You're on a, day by day, you become bigger on this platform. You become more famous by the day,
right.
and I mean, you're hitting PRs left and right. So,
Thank
good
you,
job on that.
thank you.
But how do you deal with that criticism? Could you help, explain that for some people who maybe even on a small level can't
Yeah.
take that type of criticism? You're taking it far more often. How do you take that?
Right. I take it very well, getting older now and realizing that the people that hate, you know what I mean, are the ones that actually need the extra love. So I started social media when I was about 17, 18. And, from
Mhm.
then on, I was receiving a lot of hate, and it had a lot to do with who my father was. So I
Okay.
took that aside and really thought, like, instead of giving them what they want, I'm going to give them love that they need, so to
Right.
speak. So instead of trolling back, that would make me stoop to their level, which my mother
Mhm.
stooping to their level is obviously giving them what they want. So I'm gonna give them what they
Right.
need is that extra love that they need. So
Right.
I love them. I love them even more, man, and it keeps me going. And I think they know that that fuels me up for them, having these doubts, so to speak.
Right.
And I think they think. that, you know, it's not possible to do everything 100% drug free. I preach that all the time. I'm 100% drug free. And I think that is, you know, gaining their respect more. Not that I'm looking for it, but I think they see that the hard work, grind mentality, you know, mentally, you know, is better than physicalities, I guess. So,
I see.
And I love them. So,
I see where you're coming from.
Not responding to them is key. A lot of people have called me out, like 2 or 3 people that have called me out. I'm not going to drop their name or anything like that, but they have called me out, and I just sit back and I'm like, thank you, but no thank you.
Right. You know, I think, man, in today's world, it's very interesting, man, because, you know, with social media, you have a lot of people that are way more braver on here than they are in person. And I'm not saying, you know, that you want to engage in fighting anybody or nothing like that, but just from the standpoint of, I would wager that people aren't in your face telling you, hey, your form sucks. Hey, what is this? What is that? But they do hop on this phone and then they do get right.
Right. I told them before, like I was, you know, that young guy fresh out of high school and stuff like that, you know, and getting, you know, kind of giving them what they want. And I'm like, you know what? You can meet me at the gym. You know where I'm at. Like, you know what I mean? And, no, nobody ever showed up, you know, and that was a younger version of myself. Still pretty now, but that was a younger version of myself. And I was like, you know, it's taking a lot out of me reading the hate. And I just, you know what I mean? I just block them. Simple block them. Block them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or let it stay there now because they're watching. Every person that they tag will see real recognizes real. So, you know, and I've seen friends that actually have argued over the subject. Like, why are you bashing him, man? Like, you know, and then I don't, you know, mess with you anymore because there's nothing that he's not doing that's not positive.
Right.
What's there to not like about this guy that you're bashing? Why are you hating, man? And then it causes confrontation with them. Then he loses a friend, and his friend that he once had starts following me, which is a blessing.
Right. I mean, and that's what I think is the funny thing is about that is that people don't realize, man, it backfires. Because once they start seeing who you are, they're gonna be like, you know what, this ain't gonna stick. You know, I remember, you know, an older cat when I was younger, he always used to tell me, man, people would gossip, people gonna gossip, people gonna say things about you. Absolutely. But if it's not true, it's not gonna stick. It's not gonna stick. People are gonna believe it initially and say, yeah, look at this, all that. Then they're gonna see your profile, they're gonna see your work, see what you're doing in that gym, see how you're conducting yourself as a citizen, as a gentleman. And then they're gonna be like, you know what, this isn't him. I don't know where you're getting it from.
Absolutely.
Right. You know, now just one thing, man, that really inspires me about your work ethic, about your father's work ethic, about the whole Iron Addicts concept is that you guys kind of treat it like a fight gym, right?
Yes.
Where, and that's what I love about it. Like, I mean, you're talking about like martial arms and things like that. I love that concept, man. Talk about just that camaraderie that you guys have, because obviously it's more than just you and CT. It's an entire group of you guys. Talk about that camaraderie a little bit.
Honestly, just to break it down in simple form, man, like, you know, as far as, you know, martial arts and stuff like that, we're huge fans of that, and have a lot of love for, you know, that sport. I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I've done wrestling and stuff like that. So we try to really mesh everything together, and it's like a family. So, so the whole Iron Addicts, you know, crew, so to speak, is just a family. And we're just keeping it that way, man. And, you know, I think less is more. So.
Okay.
Hope that answers your question.
Hey, no, perfectly fine, man. You know, I ain't no pressure over here. So, for the future, what do you plan on doing for the future? Like, what is some goals? I mean, because you're already well accomplished, like you said, in the powerlifting. So, what type of goals do you have for the future?
Honestly, I think I want to gravitate towards acting a little bit. I don't want to, count my chickens, before they hatch. But I will be in a Netflix series coming up soon. I don't want to name drop any titles because I don't know if it's, solidified and everything. But I know it's right around the corner. And after that, I may try to go stronger and pursue that. Be the drug-free guy and give him out like I always do and see where it lands me.
Right.
Because through God and Christ, you can do anything.
Right. So I want to get kind of off subject, man, and kind of to some fun stuff. What is some stuff you enjoy doing, man? Because like, I don't know, do you like? I'm wearing the Dragon Ball Z shirt right now,
Right.
and what are some things that you just enjoy doing, man? Like, what movies do you like? Marvel, DC, etc., whatever.
That's a good question. I love Friday. I will watch that 3 times in a row. I
Okay.
love video gaming. I
What's some
watch
good?
UFC.
What's some of your games? What's some of the games you like?
The top 2 right now, UFC 3. Shout out to EA Sports
Mm.
and Fortnite. Man,
Fortnite.
dope.
I ain't that good at that game, man.
Man, we should run some duos, man. If you want.
Hey, look, we could do it, man. We could definitely do it, man. I need to work on my game.
Right, start our own channel, man.
Hey, I'm with it, bro. I'm with it, man.
Real talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Could you explain to me a little bit more about martial arms and that whole concept?
Yeah.
And what are some workouts? What makes that so unique? Because this isn't just normal biceps. Simply isn't just normal. I'm lifting. This is a very unique take on what you guys do.
Absolutely. So I basically followed suit whatever my father had because he's a 4th-degree black belt in Taekwondo and karate and stuff like that. Went to the top of the top. You know what I mean? When it comes to competing in that division. So it's basically martial arms, just to, break it down in a simple form, is obviously it's weightlifting, but with a fighter's mind. The concept is a fighter's mind and that mentality, discipline of going to war and you may not come back. So that's what it is. So we have this thing. If you guys know about martial arms, we have this thing called a kamikaze set, and kamikaze set is as many as you can do, and you just go and go and go. It's kamikaze. You're not coming back home.
Right.
You're going to war. So that's the mindset that I go in. I'll die for this. So today, that's how I live every day. I'll die in that gym because that's what I love to do. I'll die trying to do better myself.
Right.
Die for what I believe in, and I believe in being stronger, mentally and physically. Every day I go in there, I try to get better every day in the gym because tomorrow is not promised.
Never. And that's the thing, man. I try to tell people constantly about getting into the gym, not necessarily just maybe it's not a career that you want to get into per se, but just from the sake of a discipline standpoint. I think getting into that gym, there's a lot of pain that we experience as people. I just seen a George Foreman interview, and he had just lost to Holyfield, and so this before he regains the title,
right?
By beating Michael Moore. So they say to him, they said, George, why don't you retire? Why don't you end all this pain, end all this torture? He said, hold on. He said, pain and torture is unavoidable. I'm gonna suffer. Period. It's just about, am I gonna get something out of it?
Right.
And that's the one thing I think that people constantly forget or don't know or aren't aware is that torture, suffering, whatever you like to call it, is unavoidable. And it's kind of like a punch to the face. You can get punched in the face in a street fight, or you can get punched in the face in a championship bout. The same pain, but there's actually reward for this. So I definitely applaud that, man. That mindset.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it.
Just to wrap it up, man, because I definitely appreciate it. We're gonna have to continue to chop it up.
I appreciate you.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, dog. We have to, like I said, we have to continue to chop it up some more, man.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? Like social media,
I'm basically, I have a Facebook that I recently just started a new account. I've been inactive off of there for about 4 years. So I'm really, really honestly just leaning towards Instagram. I think Instagram is a very good platform to have. And YouTube. I'm starting my YouTube. I'm getting more camera friendly, which I wasn't. I want to get in front of the camera. And now, you got to. In order to know who you actually are. So, social media, YouTube, huge platform, Instagram. That's really what you'll find. I don't have Snapchat, or I keep it really, basic, and then that's pretty much it.
Sounds good, man. I mean, for your followers who don't, I see a few people in the comment section like, who is this guy talking?
Right.
My name is Brandon Beasley, but my rap name is Bezo the Rebel. That's what I choose to go by. But man, I definitely appreciate you being on here. I'm happy to see your father's doing much better, man. Happy to see him doing better. Yeah,
I was depressed.
I could imagine, man.
Best friend. So
Yeah,
I was very depressed. You know what I mean? And that's why I thought I was gonna go out, man. And that's how serious it was. I was like, man, I don't know if I can even do this. But I got kids. I got a woman, so it's still my set while I'm here.
right.
Who else is gonna do it?
Right. And see, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to interview, man, is because I wanted to reach out because I'm telling you, the relationship you have with your father is the same one I have with mine. Like my dad is my superhero. That's the guy I aspire to be. That's the guy, that's the person I want to impress. Right. That's, all of that. And so when I see you guys, I'm like, man, that's me. That's me right there. You know what I mean? So, because like my dad, obviously not as famous, but like anywhere I go, people, they calling me, Lil Black or whatever the case may be. Like they calling me his son. I'm more his son at times than I am my own man at times. So I definitely could see that, man. I love that.
Yeah, man. Hey, we brothers now, man. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. We're gonna keep in touch.
Continues and the legacy continues.
Marathon continues, the legacy continues, and regardless of what happens, it's always our set, man. It's always our set.
Every day.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, I appreciate having you on here, man. Like I said, I want to have you on here again in the future if that's possible.
We can do it tomorrow.
And I'm ready, bro. Anytime. I'm always ready, man.
Thank you so much. I love you, man.
Love you too, bro. Take it easy, man.
God bless you. Thank you.